Episode 3. It's gone to my head. I'm becoming, of all people, this is MobTube, John Gotiti. The following program is an FGF production. Morning. Happy hump day for those that work out there. I remember when it was Wednesday, you would get excited because it was halfway through the week and everything. So happy hump day for those out there breaking their ass. Sorry, I haven't been around in a while. Been busy with football. It's my son's last year of playing for the township, so it's kind of sentimental to me. I had to make 2 videos on Sunday for one of my best friend's kids and my team, which is he's on that team too. And so I was very deep into the video making. Very sentimental. The first video, it's an 8-game season. This was the first of the 8 games. I won't get into how we did. We didn't do too good, but hey, you know what? It's all right. My son did good. That's all that matters. I tell him, like I say, I raise him with work ethic and accountability. So he practices hard, he plays hard, and that's all that matters. Well, anyway, I hope everybody's doing good out there. This is episode 3 of my work stories, the World Financial Center, America's Press Tower, Building C. Now, I didn't take any notes this week. I've been too busy with the football. I'm going to go off the top of my head with no notes, no nothing, 35 years ago. And I got to remember, I'll do the best I can. What I want to do is with episode 3 is we're going to fast forward now between 6 to 7 months later. It's crazy how, like I stated, if you saw the first 2 episodes, how I started and how crazy it was and I almost quit and everything. Now I'm 7 months in. So it's around, October, November-ish. I'm going to do a Christmas episode maybe in the next week or 2 weeks about Christmas time. That was a whole nother great story. But I'm going to keep it around October, November-ish. So I'm like 6, I started in April, so it'll be May, June, July, August, 6, 7 months in. And it's funny because it went to my head. All of a sudden, this shy, timid, a little embarrassed at times because I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. All of a sudden became arrogant, cocky, and the man. And it's funny how Mark Gottlieb one day talks to me because I got to talk to you, Frank. Come over here for a second. I got to talk to you after work. I said, what is it, Mark? What's the problem? I'm doing a good job, ain't I? No, it's not that. I got to talk to you and everything. It's something's on my mind and it's bothering me. I said, tell me now, Mark. What's the big deal? No, I'll tell you after work. After work's my time, Mark. We'll go out and have a drink and I'll talk to you. You want to do that? And I said, I'm very busy, Mark, but I can fit you in. See what I mean, Frank? It's going to your head, but I'll tell you after work. So after work, we go have a beer. We used to hang out at this thing called the Winter Garden. This was the spot. Like, it was in the mall part of the World Financial Center. It was this bar. It was the Winter Garden bar. This bar, Jesus Christ, was the place to be, especially Thursday nights. Forget about it. Girls all over the place, mostly investment bankers and, suit people. But then there we'd be, I was in the office administration, so I'd wear a suit and everything. Suit, that's the thing where it went to my head. I started dressing better. I started getting arrogant and cocky. So that's what he talked to me. We have a drink at the Winter Garden bar, and he's like, Frank, listen, this is going to your head now. Where's that nice, respectful kid that walked in here 6, 7 months ago? I'm like, Mark, I'll be honest with you. I kind of am arrogant. You know what I mean? I've always been arrogant. Not arrogant, but like, confident in myself my whole life. When I got here, I felt very intimidated and, I felt like an idiot, which I should have been because I didn't know nothing. And frankly, I was embarrassed I even had the job that maybe somebody else better than me deserved it. But my father got my foot in the door and I took the football and I ran and scored a touchdown with it. Hey, I took the opportunity of a lifetime and I made the best of it, But he's like, you're getting very arrogant. You're being disrespectful at work and everything. I am your boss. You know that. I said, not really. My boss is the general foreman. That's my boss. He's all of our bosses. Frank, it's not the point, Frank. I am your boss, Frank. Okay? You're just a timekeeper. You're a clerk, and you think who you are. You know what you're turning into, Frank? You know what you're turning into? This is MobTube. Frank, you're starting to turn into none other than John Gotti. He actually said that. You're turning into John Gotti. You think you're John Gotti. I said, no, I don't think I'm John Gotti, Mark. I'm just getting confidence. I'm actually, this is the best job I ever had. And you got to remember, too, subscribers. And I told this to Mark when we were talking. 8 months ago, in March before I went to spring break where all the anxiety started, I was a fucking cart boy in a fucking supermarket, making $3.35 an hour. Let me light up a cigarette. What the fuck's my lighter? Hold on. Here we are. Here's my lighter. So I'm making $3.35 an hour, right? I went from $3.35 an hour to, believe it or not, $15 an hour. You know what that would be like today? Like $25, $30 an hour today. I'm 19 fucking years old, making $15 an hour, Mark Gottlieb. What do you expect me to do? I was fucking drinking. I was gambling. I was fucking womenizing. I really thought I was John Gotti. And I also became the foreman's pet. So what you have to do is, too, I'm going all over the place again, but this is off the top of my head today. No notes or nothing. So you have to realize my job as the timekeeper and the glorified sexy secretary who makes the coffee and does all the paperwork and shit. One of my jobs was every Friday I had to go to the main office, 7 Penn Plaza by Madison Square Garden, and get the paychecks. That was my job, to get the paychecks for everybody in the area, all the jobs that were in the area of the World Financial Center. I had to go to the Trade Center, I had to go to the A building, the B building, and the C building. So it was a big responsibility. You're looking at who knows how much money's in that fucking envelope. There's like 100 checks in there, maybe more. The thing was huge. And here I am. I had to take the subway, which is funny. I didn't even know what subway to take when I first started doing that. The foreman's like, Jesus Christ, you don't know what the fucking E-train is? Holy shit, are you retarded? I had to get abused like that. I didn't know what the fucking E-train was, which is the E-train's the simplest subway line in fucking all of Manhattan. If you don't know what the E-train is, you are retarded. I shouldn't say that word. You are stupid, because that's the easiest subway line there is the E-train. So he had to show me what the E-train was when I first started doing that. But I'd have to get the paychecks at the main office, and everything. The secretaries, hey, Frankie, how you doing and everything? And they were all pretty there too, but they were in the same company. I didn't want to, you don't shit what you eat. So I would get the paychecks, and now the number one rule was, the foreman always says, you come, I'm the first check, Frankie. You come to the 140 Club, and you give me my check first, and I'll give you your check. I get the first check. You hear me? If I don't get my fucking check first, you're fucking fired. You know how he was and everything. So what I would do is, when I pick up the checks, of course I would try to be back as quick as I can, but, I have all the free time. I'd go get the checks. I'd stop at Penn Station, get a fucking protein shake, or maybe I used to love Pizza Hut. I would go get one of those little pizzas and shit. I would chill out, have a nice pizza, go outside, smoke a cigarette before I went in the office and everything. I had it by the balls, you know what I mean? So I would do that. I'd get the checks, small talk in the office and everything. And then I would go to the 140 Club. And of course, I'm his pet now. So we sit down. He gets me a Coors Light. Here's your fucking Coors Light, you fucking sissy. He'd have a Coors Light, have a few drinks. I'd have the fucking checks. And then what happened was, sometimes I'm like, Joe, I got to get back and give these checks to people. They're waiting on this shit. I'm the fucking foreman. Fuck them. I'm like, oh boy. I tried to have a little bit, I know I'm thinking who I am because I'm his pet now, but I got to get back and give these checks to the area foremen. I can't do that today. These guys are waiting for their checks and shit. So sometimes I argue with them, Joe, I got to do the right thing. You fucking do what I tell you to fucking do. But, sometimes it'd go longer than others, and I'd get, then the area foremen would break my balls and everything. But they really couldn't do shit to me because, I'm only listening to the boss, you know what I mean? So I'd come back with the checks, give all the checks and everything. Then they would get pissed off that, who gave you your check? I'm like, the boss gave it to me. Frankie, you think who the fuck you are these days? You're really getting to be, I started pissing off some people. I would calm down in other episodes, but this episode's about how it would go to my head and everything. I'm thinking, I'm the boss's pet. I'm told doing what he tells me to do, and fuck all he is. I didn't say that to him, but, So, it's going through my head and everything. And what happens is I would go around the building, and when I would give out, I started becoming friends with a lot of the people in the building that had nothing to do with the electric side of it. You know what I mean? People would start to notice me. Girls were starting to fucking. I'd be friggin' walking down the hallway, and I'll never forget this beautiful girl. I mean, I'm 19. I think she was like late 20s, man. Every day I used to walk past her, and she'd give me those eyes the girls give. She got these beautiful pumps on, all decked out with this fucking dress and shit. And every time I walked past her, she'd fucking look me up and down, with those fucking eyes where, she wants to flex her. You can't blame her. But, so I'd walk past her every day, and then finally I'm like, I gotta get some balls to talk to her. So what I used to do when I wanted to talk to a hot girl, I'd go into the coffee, I'd follow him into the coffee station, like stalking him and shit. And I just whistle or whatever. I'm like, oh, you know where the cups are? And she's like, do you work here for us? I'm like, a couple of girls. I'm like, no, I work for so-and-so electric. I just had to drop off some paperwork, use a cup of coffee. Oh, all right there, cutie. What's your name? And my name is Frankie. My name is Sandy or whatever the fuck, So I started talking to him like that. But the one girl that would eye me up and down, I said, I gotta get the balls to get her number. So this would go on for a couple of weeks, but she'd walk right by me every time, man. At the same time, the smile, the look up and down, that seductive look. I gotta fucking meet this fucking broad. But I didn't want to do it in the hallway because it looked, I'm embarrassed or whatever. So finally one day I walk up to her in the coffee station. And she's like, hey, what's going on? I'm like, she's like, you finally got the balls to talk to me? You gotta follow me into the coffee station? I'm like, nah, I'm just a little shy. You ain't shy, you're full of shit. She's like, her name was Fonnie. I never heard of a name like that of a girl. Fonnie. I don't know if it was Fanny or Fonnie. Very odd name. But I end up, getting her number, and, we'd go out and stuff and, play some checkers. The way Sexy Flexy works, even back then. But anyway, I was getting involved with a lot of other people that worked in the building. I was getting invited to, after parties and shit at the Winter Garden. So it got back to the foreman. So he calls me in his office one day, and he's like, Frankie, what are you doing, Frankie? I'm like, what do you mean, Joe? He's like, what are you, subcontracting yourself to other people in this building? I'm going to tell you right now, Frankie, you embarrass me, or this gets back to the company, you'll never work another day in this fucking business again. I'm like, Joe, I'm meeting girls, Joe. It's not affecting my work, and you fucking listen to me. I run this fucking building. If you embarrass me or do something in any way with these fucking boutanas, you'll never work another fucking day in this fucking business. You fucking hear me? And it's going to your fucking head. You think you're fucking John Gotti. What is with this John Gotti shit, I tell him? Even Mark Gotti called me John Gotti. You think you're fucking John Gotti. I'm your fucking boss. You're that same kid that walked in here 7 months ago. I'll fire your fucking ass. You'll never work a day in this business again. You fucking hear me? I'm like, Joe. Now you call me Joe now, like you're some kind of fucking arrogant motherfucker. I said, no, I call you Joe now and everything. He's like, you listen to me. I don't give a fuck what you do, but if it gets back to me or anybody in this company, you'll never work a day in this fucking business again. Now get the fuck out of my office. I'm like, oh man, I'm pissing everybody off now. Even I'm his pet and I'm pissing them off. But I'll tell you a funny story. This is all on the top of my head. You know what I mean? 6 months in. So, one particular time, I got to tell you, these investment bankers, the stockbrokers, the investment bankers, whether they were women or men, they cursed and were so obnoxious, more than the construction workers were. I mean, every other word was like, fuck this, fuck that. What do you mean it went down, it dropped? Fuck you, you answering your fucking phone? I want 20,000 shares of that motherfucker. I'm like, women too. I'm like, you can't believe how obnoxious they were. I remember going into the bathroom one time. They had these beautiful bathrooms. I mean, mahogany floors. I mean, bathroom that Elvis Presley would have at his fucking house. I mean, the most beautiful bathrooms. Every floor was more. When you went up to the higher floors, the bathrooms were, as you got up higher and higher, the women were prettier. The people that worked there were dressed better. I mean, there were some people at multi-millionaire offices, and their bathrooms were like, holy shit. I mean, you didn't mind taking a shit in a bathroom like that. I never shit since this day. I've never shit in a bathroom that looked like that. you know. But one day I walk into one of the bathrooms, you see three freaking investment guys, wherever they were in suits, fucking snorting up a fucking snowstorm. I'm like, holy shit, fellows. Hey, you want some? I'm like, no, I'm good, man. I did that shit in Florida, 8 months ago. I thought I was going to die, so they started laughing. I just the good shit, bro. I'm like, no, I'm good, man. Rock out with your cock out. I had to take a shit. Rock out with your cock out. They're fucking snorting away, like skiing away there, fucking shit like that. So, this one particular time, right? Now, back then, these cigarettes don't light. I think I've stated that before. These cigarettes don't light. This one particular story is pretty funny. Now, you gotta remember, this is 1987. This is the height of when, like, AOL started, and Yahoo, and fucking the internet, and all this kind of shit. Now, I know nothing about this shit. Most of the millionaires that are my age today, at 56 years old, most of the billionaires and millionaires in the United States are my age because they got in on all this shit years ago. And you're looking at somebody that had every opportunity to do the same. I'm a fucking asshole. So this particular guy, now they all had phones. You dial 9 to dial out, right? So I used to use the phones all the time, call fucking cousins, call my bets in, call my mother up. It was all, who knows who got the fucking bill, right? I would just go to somebody's desk when they weren't there and fucking use their phone. You know what I mean? Instead of going to a payphone, I used to save a fortune. Well, I got caught one particular time. Thank God I didn't go to my foreman. He didn't hear about it. I would have been fired. He knows about it now, but I'll tell you about what happened to the great Joe in other episodes. And so I'm using this particular guy's phone every time. Finally, one day he's there. He's like, yo, big guy with the Canseco jersey. You think you're Jose Canseco? Get in here right now. I'm like, oh, fuck. I'm like, yeah, what's up, bro? You don't call me bro. My name is so-and-so. I'm like, man, listen, I'm sorry I used your phone, man. Don't tell my boss, bro. I just, I'll get fired. My whole life's over. No, it's not that, bro. Not that. I heard you fucking, I know who you're calling, bro. You think I'm fucking stupid? Why are you wasting money? 500, 1,000. You think I'm stupid, bro? I know who you're calling. You're calling your fucking bookie. On my fucking phone, no less. You know how big trouble you can get with that, bro? You'll never work again in this fucking city. I'm like, listen, man, I'm sorry. You need some money, I'll give you money, bro. I'm not looking for fucking, please, bro. It's my livelihood. He's like, no, it's not that. Why are you fucking taking your money and wasting it on placing fucking sports bets, you fucking moron? I'm like, I know, it's a bad habit. I'm sorry, sir. Don't call me sir. I'm fucking younger than you. I'm like, or whatever. I'm 19. He's probably like my age. I'm your age. Don't fucking call me sir. You want to make some real money? You want to make some real money, Canseco? Because I used to wear Jose Canseco jerseys. I used to look like him back then, everybody. So I used to rock a Jose Canseco jersey. Funny. Actually, people call me Canseco around the building. Where's Canseco? Where's Canseco? It's fucking funny. He goes, you want to make some real money? You got 10 grand? Yeah, I got 10 grand. I got more than that, bro. He's like, here's the deal. The fucking guy tells me, I think I've told this to FBS too. It's funny. The guy tells me, you give me 10 grand, that you're fucking losing 10 grand because whatever you bet you lose, I take the bet that you did. I go the other way and I win money because you fucking suck at betting. Like, this guy's killing me, right? So I tell him, yeah, I got 10 grand. What do you offer me? He goes, you ever hear of AOL? You ever hear of the internet? You ever hear of Yahoo? You ever hear of fucking high-speed internet? He's rambling off all these things, right? There's going to be a thing called Amazon, too, that's going to start. You ever hear of that? I go, no, I have no idea what you're talking about. It's like talking Chinese to me. Back then, I have no idea, right? You give me 10 grand, I'll make you a millionaire in fucking 6 months. I'm like, I don't know about that. Like, all respect, sir. Stop calling me sir. I'm fucking your age. My name is whatever, so I stop calling him his name. You give me 10 grand, you'll be rich. You'll be rich within the year. I'm telling you right now, this is an opportunity of a lifetime. I'm like, let me talk to my parents at least. I know I can't talk to Joe about it or anybody in the company. Let me talk to my parents, then I'll get back to you. What do you mean your parents? What are you fucking, do your parents know you gamble all this fucking money away? Sort of. My mom actually saved me from getting my legs broken one time. He's like, really? He's like, well, I'm just letting you know, bro. You give me 10 grand, you'll be a millionaire. And I'm like, I don't know. I never heard of these things. The stock market's funny. It's like funny. Bro, we are in the peak of the internet era. AOL, Amazon. They're even going to come out with they're going to come out with social networking too. I got plenty of that to offer you. 10 grand, you're going to be rich. I'm like, let me ask my parents. You do what you got to do, bro. Don't use my fucking phone again. You don't give me that 10 grand, I make you rich. If I see you by my phone again, I'm going to tell your boss you'll never work again in the city. I appreciate the offer. Let me get back to you, and I won't use your phone no more. I promise. Well, if you don't do it, I don't want to see your fucking face, Conseco. Don't even come near my fucking office. You talk to any of my secretaries or anything, you're fucking done. I was banging all the secretaries. That's the thing, too. These secretaries want fucking guys like the construction workers. They don't want these fucking boring suit guys. They even told me that. Fanny told me that. Fuck, I'm at her house fucking hanging out with her. She's like, I gotta sit around all day and look at these fucking suits. They send me roses. I'm fucking rather bang guys like you. So, whatever. So wherever you're out there, banged all your secretaries anyway. But, unfortunately, I went to my parents and I sat down with them and I said, Mom, this stockbroker guy offered me, I gotta pay him 10 grand, he'll make me rich. My fault. Get the fuck out of here. What are you fucking kidding me? How stupid are you? You're gonna give a stranger 10 grand? Are you fucking, this is going to, you think you're fucking John Gotti? Here we go again. So my mother and father, they're Italian. Of course they weren't gonna let me do that. I don't even know why I told them. I don't even know why I didn't do it, because I sit here to you right now. I could have been a multi-millionaire at my age if I did that. You can't make that shit up. Well, listen, 22 minutes, less than a half hour. That's plenty of time to share a story. I hope everybody's doing good. Have a great day. As always, all the best and God bless. I'm FGF Productions. It could have been FGF Productions, a multi-millionaire. But you know what? My life is great. Who would have known 13 years ago I was partying. I was a single bachelor, and now I'm a father of a 13-year-old boy who I couldn't ask for a better life. Anyway, everybody have a great day. All the best and God bless. I am FGF Productions. Peace out, man. Have a great day, everybody. Love all. Thumbs up, FGF Productions. Yes, I am the Bionic Spine Club. Maybe if I would have gave that guy money, I would have been a millionaire and I wouldn't have got hurt. But hey, you know what? You can't go back in time, as the AC kicks in. It's a wonderful life. Christmas is coming up soon. George Bailey. I am George Bailey. I could have been George Bailey, right? I could have left and been rich and all that, but I stayed home for my family. Because there's a lot of George Bailey in me too. All the best and God bless. I am FGF.
You're unbelievable. You're so unbelievable.